Welcome to the Backrooms, Level 1. Level 1 has a survival difficulty class of 1. Safe, secure, and minimal entity count. Level 1 is the second level of the Backrooms. And here we have our first known image of Level 1. Level 1 is a massive warehouse with concrete floors, walls, exposed rebar, dim fluorescent lights placed along the walls, and a low-hanging fog with no discernible source. The fog often... I have no idea what the word says. So we're gonna skip that, so yeah, bear with me with my horrible reading skills every now and then. Into condensation. Forming puddles on the floor in inconsistent areas. Unlike level 0, this level possesses a consistent supply of water and electricity. Okay, so obviously a good place if you have your phone in charger to get a charge in a safe area and stay hydrated. It is a very good thing. Which allows indefinite habitation by wanderers, providing that appropriate precautions are taken. It is also far more expansive, possessing staircases, elevators, isolated rooms, and hallways. The fluorescent lights at any time can flicker and turn off for minutes or even hours. When this occurs, hostile entities may appear. These entities rarely attack in groups and tend to avoid light. If the lights turn off, it is strongly advised to try and navigate your steps. Try to avoid any strange noises, and then find a room. Make sure to bring a light source with you. Crates of supplies appear and disappear randomly within the level, often containing a mixture of vital items, food, almond water, batteries, tarps, weaponry, clothing, medical supplies, and non-essential objects, assorted car parts, boxes of crayons, used syringes, partially burned paper, live mice in a catatonic state, that have been injected with unknown substances, shoelaces, loose change, bundles of human hair. Okay, so there's some pretty gnarly things you can find in there, but also some pretty useful stuff as well. The crates should be approached with caution due to their contents, but are a valuable resource. In addition, crude paintings and drawings with no apparent origin or meaning appear on the walls and floors. They are known to change in appearance. Is my music even? They are known to change in appearance and disappear when not in direct line of sight. The light fixtures within level 1 are prone to flicker and flail at inconsistent intervals. When this occurs, supplies are liable to vanish inexplicably, and hostile entities may appear unexpectedly. These entities rarely attack in groups and tend to avoid light and large gatherings of people. It is advised to carry a reliable light source and sleep holding whatever items you do not wish to lose. Level 1 also serves as the entrance to the hub. Okay. We'll probably read more about the hub at some point here. Beings typically lurk in level 1, especially when the lights are off. Known beings on level 1 include dullers. I think no, we didn't go over dullers last time. Facelings, hounds, skin stealers, and scratchers. So we have 3 new entities to go over. So let's go ahead and look into the dullers really fast. This page is a work in progress. Okay, so there isn't really much on this entity, it would seem. Oh, here we go. I was about to say. Dang ads. Behaviors. Oh, no, we missed the description. Dullers are docile creatures generally found in the lower levels of the Backrooms. They appear dark gray and humanoid, but they lack several prominent features such as face or ears. It is not fully understood how dullers kill their prey, as they usually run away from threats. Behaviors. They usually run away from anything that gets close, but be aware that these entities do seem to be hostile. The entity hunts by being in a hall, and having a victim in a hall on the other side of a wall. The duller will then no-clip its arm through the wall, capturing the prey on the other side, and drag them into their hall. It seems they only prey on wanderers that have questionable sanity. If you notice a duller without their hunting tactic, they will silently run away, and it is unknown what they do to you once you are captured. They can sometimes take seemingly random objects, and it is unknown what they do with the items. They also seem to dislike almond water, as wanderers report dullers seem to avoid almond water fountains and other items. Tall, gray, humanoid, frail, skeletal structure with no facial features. They have long arms that can extend to very far distances, usually to reach their prey on the other side of the wall. Their stance is very wobbly and their walking motion is unnatural. These entities are surprisingly strong for how their body structure looks. They can, however, run at extreme speeds, even while holding items twice their own weight. So this might have been what was seen in Kane Pixel's found footage video, potentially. It sounds similar to what was used, but dullers aren't found in level 1, so I'm not sure. Discovery. It is unknown how this entity was discovered in modern times, but a group known as the Lost mentioned a being known as Grasps of the Wall, which could be referring to a duller. Okay, makes sense. Do's. Our do's and don'ts. Do. Specifically run to it if you can. It will run away. Use almond water on yourself or against them. Don't. Lose your almond water. Be on the opposite wall from the duller. Okay, makes sense. And that's about that for them. So let's go ahead and head back and see what we have on Skin Stealers. Alright. So I know the gist of Skin Stealers already, but for anyone who doesn't know, it is Entity 10, more commonly known as the Skin Stealers. They are large humanoid entities that can wear the skin of their victims as a disguise. They eat human flesh when in a hunger state. And otherwise, tongue twister. Otherwise roam if they do not need to eat. Their blood is translucent. They can mimic human speech. They are most commonly found on the first 4 levels, but have been reported in other levels. Skin stealers are typically docile creatures and will wander if they do not need to feed. In this stage, they will not be hostile unless you aggravate them. In a hunger state, they will seek out humans wandering alone and will then use their strength to tear them apart with their hands. Skin stealers are tall, pale, yellow humanoids with sunken white eyes. Their outer layer of flesh is covered with microscopic bumps, similar to the suckers of an octopus tentacle. These stick to the skin that is torn off humans, and push and pull it to make it fit. Until the skin stealer looked identical to a human, these bumps also pump blood and nutrients into the skin that make it feel warm and alive, as well as prevent decomposition. In addition, it heals the skin, hiding any cuts that may identify a real human. After a period of around 24 hours, the skin will be digested through the surface of the skin stealer, and the skin stealer will enter a docile state. Okay, so that's one thing I didn't know about them. The skin stealer also can speak, but it can't understand our language. It will repeat what it often hears, often in varying languages, to lure and prey. But it can't communicate, although since a typical skin stealer rarely uses their voice, this is not a good way to tell them apart from real humans. The blood of a skin stealer is completely translucent, so a good way to identify a skin stealer from a normal person is by their blood. Blood runs red if they're not dead. Blood runs clear. Get out of there. Discovery. Skin stealers have been reported over 5 years before the creation of the Meg. As some of the most populous entities in the Backrooms, they are often one of the first entities new wanderers will encounter. The Assault of 98. The Assault of 98 is an assault that happened in level 2007. 24 years before 2022, BNCS's base, okay, so we'll be learning more about them in the future as well, has been raided unexpectedly by skin stealers. They approach in front of the gate of the base. And the assault battle begins. Gunshots of G36K sounds of screaming, and sounds of BNSC units screaming for help / medic, sounds of explosion, guns, etc. Okay, so very typical battlefield music, or battlefield sounds, excuse me. Roses are red, violets are blue. If blood is clear, get out of here. Interesting. Okay, not sure what all this is. I'm just gonna move on past this part. Whoa. That's not creepy. But that's just as skin stealers, so I did learn something new about them, so that's pretty cool. Alright, last entity to go over here are Scratchers. Let's see what that's all about after we close another 1000th ad. Scratchers are very hostile entities that inhabit level 1 and level 2. They are long, slender beings and are gray in color. Okay, so I already have a similar appearance to dullars. Although they appear slightly humanoid in form, their bodies are extremely disfigured and they have no discernible eyes. These entities also have long claws which can extend up to a foot in length. They are known to make a scratching sound when they are nearby, hence their name. If you hear it, it is highly recommended that you run away as soon as possible. However, you must be quiet when doing so, as scratchers have unparalleled hearing and can easily take you out if you are too loud. Okay, so obviously, get out of there fast, but quietly as well. Scratchers are very aggressive and will not hesitate to kill you. They are attracted to sound and are almost blind. Okay, so kind of like clickers from The Last of Us. So if you come across one, you should throw something and then make a run for it. Scratchers are also very agile and can run up to 40 miles per hour, though they usually never exceed 15. Once they catch you, they'll slice through your chest and consume your insides and flesh. Okay, that's fun. They aren't very intelligent, but seem to be able to discern where all and vital organs in a wanderer's body is. Wow, they're nice. They could be really good doctors. Although scratchers are extremely slender, they require a massive amount of food to sustain themselves and are very aggressive hunters. They can even digest small pieces of wood and rock. A scratcher's long, extendable claws make it easy to tear through flesh and bone. Okay. Discover. It is unknown how the scratchers were found, but it is believed that many were discovered by the Republic of Level 153. Another thing we'll probably be learning about in the future. Do's and don'ts. Do. Run as fast and quietly as you can if you hear a scratching sound. If you see a scratcher, throw whatever you have behind it and run. Don't. Try to fight it, as you will definitely lose. Throw something directly at it. Scream upon seeing it, making a loud noise nearby it. Sneak past it. They may not appear to have eyes, but they aren't completely blind. Okay, so the don'ts are pretty, common sense. Okay. Colonies and outposts of level 1. Excuse me. There are currently 8 known colonies and outposts in level 1. It should be noted that attempting to meet up with these colonies will prove extreme difficult. I'm assuming they meant difficulty, as the backrooms stretch out for millions of miles. Some of them may not exist now. Some may have not existed at all. The Raiders. Recently discovered group with an expected number of about 68 members. They are mostly friendly with regular travelers and are willing to trade, but will shoot down members of certain groups. Currently, they are not very strong, so they get knocked out after being suspected of making an alliance with the party-goers during Operation End Party. Okay, I'm sure that's something else we're going to learn about in the future. I know a little bit about the party-goers and the party room and stuff, but that's something that's going to be a lot further down the line when we do some more digging. Apparently their main objective is to eradicate every big group in the Backrooms, claiming that adding corruption or politics into the Backrooms would make it an even worse place. They plan to get bigger and bigger by stealing and taking over colonies and outposts. This, however, failed when they tried to steal Outpost Funtime. Although recounts don't show this, a camera footage has been found. 60 raiders were killed in this incident. This led to the This led them to Meg to believe that they were making an alliance with the partygoers, so they were recently destroyed in the Battle of Midtown. Interesting. Base flickers of the backroom colonists. Relatively a small base, owned by the main group, friendly and open to trade. Population ranging 25 to 200 people. That's a pretty big range, depending on the number of people stationed there. Usually used for fandom or Reddit posts by people there. Has public Wi-Fi and allows people to go here for any internet catch-up. Often interacts with other outposts or bases in the level, mainly the Republic of Level 153 and the Orderly Republic. Okay, so now we're going to learn a little bit about 153. The Outpost of the Republic of Level 153 has around 40 members. It takes in survivors, existed since the creation of the Republic of Level 153. I would assume so. Has bounties on certain entities. Has around 60 guns and 3 machine guns. Okay, so they're very heavily armed. The Biologists. Large outposts, friendly and open to trade. Study the population of entities. Analyze and collect DNA samples. Okay, so they're very heavy on studying what's the entities of the backroom. But it seems like so far everybody's pretty much friendly and open for trading so far. The Orderly Republic. The largest outpost in Level 1 consists of mainly young adults, quite friendly, always open to trading. Guide Outpost 03, second outpost of the tourism guide and the second largest group in Level 1. Heavily armed at all times due to entities. Normally open for trading except for during search and rescues. Open for staying with them for safety for a week or so in exchange for small amounts of supplies. Okay, so they're a little more tricky when it comes to trading, depending on what sort of situation they're in, it seems. Sanction. Previously hidden behind a false wall roughly 98 meters, 321.522 feet southeast from the exit. Devastated by unknown entities, no members found, but noises are common when near the false wall. Some still claim to see the residents and even talking to them, only people who didn't know the fate of the sanction report seeing them. Strange markings on the wall claim to have to be a cult, with being reborn as their objective. Considered a lie by most, since people still talk about them and prove they aren't lying by revealing things only they would know. Easily recognizable, as all of the documented members have a scar on their left cheek. Oasis Lyra of the OFCEB. Accommodates supplies and recruits wanderers. Population 130. Supplies are dependent on supply chains. Not open to trade, but willing to supply travelers passing through. So basically, they'll get you what they can get you, if they're, open to it. Okay, entrances. Level 1 has many entrances. Entrances. Opening ordinary doors in many levels has a small chance of leading to the level. One is able to enter this level by no clipping in level 0. No clip in level 1.5 to enter this level. Excuse me. One can enter this level by switching a lever given by the youngling in level 995. One can also enter this level by entering the correct number on the number pad in level 1051. One can exit level 1 by simply continuing to explore the backrooms of level 1. Usually leads to level 2 or back to level 0. Other methods of exiting the levels are as follows. An unlocked door may lead to level 2. The hub can be accessed from this level. From the entrance of level 1, head straight down the corridor and stop at the door. Go through the door, then continue until the end of that corridor. Then double back to the entrance of the level. There should now be a diverging path that goes left to right. Take the left, there will be another divergence, take the right, and then the next one. Take a left, and at the next one, take a right. As soon as the right path is taken, the path will lead to 2 doors, labeled A and B. Take the B door. Upon going through that door, a new room will unlock identical to the last one. Now take the A door. This door leads to the hub. If any of these steps are completed incorrectly, like taking a wrong turn or not doubling back, one may end up somewhere completely random. If you somehow encountered entity 126 and got caught, there will be a small chance for you to not be killed and be dragged by it to level 6. I'm sure we'll learn more about that when we get to level 6. If you somehow encounter level 120, I'm about to read the same line again. No clipping through the walls that have outlets may lead to either level 229 or level 188. Rarely falling asleep in this level may lead to one of the bedrooms in level 1950. Finding and interacting with a black doll may lead one to level 7453. No clipping through the other side of the walls without falling into the void will lead to level 1/2. Interesting. And that is pretty much it for level 1, guys. So thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you guys for level 2. Have a good one.